wanted to be Beyonce. And then I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey.
Did you think about these women being black women?
You know what? I don't think I thought about that at the time, but I think it was just subconsciously like,
yeah.
these women kind of looked like me.
Hey, I'm L Devine, and you're listening to Growing Pains. Today, I'm joined by one of my bestest and oldest friends in the whole wide world, Davina. She is probably one of the most over-accomplished people I know. I've never known anyone to use their time more wisely down to the very last second. She was head girl at school. She was the lead in the musicals, on all the sports teams. She's written for Gal Dem magazine. She's studying medicine at UCL and still manages to be popular as fuck and be the life and soul of any party. So, as you know, I'm a singer-songwriter. My main inspiration when it comes to songwriting are my experiences navigating through adolescence. So I decided it would be a cool idea to invite friends, family, and just generally cool people to the recording studio and chat about their own coming-of-age stories. Hello, Davina.
Hey!
So, to break the ice,
Yes.
I want to see a photo of you when you were young, when you were a teenager, when you were growing up.
So basically I was scrolling down my Facebook.
How far did you go back?
Like all the way back.
Oh my god. Okay, just
Which one are
can
you
you
looking
explain
at?
what's happening in this photo?
Oh
please?
my goodness. We were literally okay, so I was wearing like one of my favourite outfits. It's a cardigan that was like asymmetrical and an orange top underneath with a belt.
Classic, the
And
belt of everything.
Well, we were at the gate and we wanted to take some pictures. So I found a wall in the corner and kind of was just like, how would you describe that pose?
She's got her hands spread across the wall, 1 foot propped up.
That's why
She looks like, have you seen Princess Diaries when she like foot pops when she has her first kiss? It's literally that pose, but like even more dramatic.
It was in public.
It's pretty
I
iconic.
don't know, but
You look so cute. Oh, and her eyes
There
are
you
like
go.
pointing to the sky.
The face is straight now.
Okay, so who was this girl on these photos?
Oh my goodness.
How old are you in these photos, like roughly?
These are from like 9-10 years ago, I think. So I was about 13, which is so weird. It's weird looking at these because I mean a lot of people tell me you look exactly the same. And
You do though.
I do, yeah.
We all do though, I feel like.
Yeah, so like I feel like I do look similar, but in terms of like who I am, I'm so different. I feel like if you could see what I looked like then inside and what I look like now, it would be like unrecognizable. So when I look at these pictures, I'm like, it's very much me, but I don't know. I feel like I know who I am better. But I was happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at these pictures and I knew I was happy.
How
which is,
content
like,
on a scale of 1 to
good
10?
I'm a 10 all the time.
Me and Davina used to do this thing when we were at school, and we'd
my
like come up
goodness.
to each other every day at school and be like, it was called the contentment scale, and be like, how content are you on a scale of 1 to 10 today? And we were
low.
We were like 12. And what problems did I have? And I was like, I'm a 1.2 today.
People, yeah, we used to ask everybody.
I didn't do anything at school. I didn't even turn up. Davina, like,
People were like, I'm a 0.6 today, and oh my goodness. I still kind of asked
because James Park wouldn't get with me. Probably that was probably what I was crying about.
Life was so hard.
Yeah, life was hard. If you could describe her in 3 words, what would you say?
Oh my goodness. I would say that she was fun. I feel like she was a fun time.
She was.
When I was younger, I was kind of bossy, which I like
Still
now.
are. You know what
bossy,
with you,
but
right? I feel like you were a bit bossy then, and then like that kind of went away, and then it came back like when you came here and you like owned it totally again. Like
it's like that campaign that they did where all the women, there were like famous women like Beyonce and stuff, and they did this campaign called the Bossy Campaign, and they were like, I'm not bossy, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm owning it. Yeah. So I haven't changed in that sense. And what else? Like hardworking, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I always have
Yeah,
been.
you
And
totally
like I still am.
You are.
You know what's really weird? Like when I grew up, I wanted to be like a pop star. I wanted to be Beyonce. And then I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey. And I was like, yeah, I want to be Oprah. Like when I was younger, people would be like, what do you want to do when you're older? And I'm like, I want to be Oprah.
But when you say Beyonce and Oprah, were you like aware at the time that like did you think about these women being black women?
You know what? I don't think I thought about that at the time, but I think it was just subconsciously like these women kind of looked like me.
Yeah.
You know, and it felt more accessible or achievable or more
Close
empowering.
To you, yeah.
Exactly, to see these women.
Yeah.
But then I guess like you you grow up and you become more like realistic, and people are telling you, okay, to be more realistic, like why don't you go for this? And since I did well in
There's
school,
still time for you to be Oprah, Davina.
I know, I still want to be Oprah.
I think you're
that.
there.
Or Michelle Obama.
Can you tell everyone who doesn't know you where you grew up?
Yes, so I grew up in Newcastle.
And what was it like growing up in like northeast of England?
Yeah, it was good. I guess I didn't really know any different.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's only moving away that I look back and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I wrote about in my Galdem article was about like not growing up with people that looked like me.
Yeah.
So obviously as a black girl, I literally didn't have any black friends in Newcastle.
You were like one of 3 black
there
girls
were
in our
not
year, though, right?
Exactly.
Which is so crazy.
I was one of 3 and we weren't like close like that.
Yeah.
So it was
in
very
our
much,
group, definitely you were the only black girl. Yeah, that's
exactly.
crazy.
So that's like looking back. Obviously at the time I wasn't aware because I didn't know any differently. But looking back, I can see that didn't have a negative effect, but being around people that look like me now, I can see how much it's allowed me to grow.
100%.
So that's something that when I look back in retrospect, that's like a big thing.
With that in mind, like, what was school like?
I don't know, school was like, I always absolutely loved school, like, and as I said, I feel like in general I was always happy. I think it affected me kind of subconsciously in terms of like beauty ideals and beauty standards, because you have to understand, like, if you're growing up around people that don't look like you,
100%.
all the standards that you're going to create are going to be based on your environment. So I thought, okay, my nose was kind of bigger than my other friends because like it's my ethnicity, it's more of an African nose and I have like African features. But I used to like hate my nose because I thought, well, it doesn't look like other people's and nobody else has a nose like me, and this isn't like attractive, this isn't what a nose should look like. So I used to just think it was like ugly. And then my hair, for example, like my friends had long straight hair and my hair was...
Can I set the scene of the girls around us? Like every fucker in our group had like blonde hair, like, you know, when girls would like put all the hair on one side and like flip it over. We would...
all of that.
We were lame.
It was but that was the thing, like that was the in thing. But my hair wouldn't do that. Like I have this kinky like 4C black girl hair and nobody else had that kind of hair. So I used to be like, oh my gosh, I wish my hair was straighter, I wish it would grow. I used to straighten it. I hated it.
Do you think your like friends at school, do you think we ever made like an effort to ask you about being black?
No, but I don't even think I was asking myself. Like it wasn't even a conversation I was having with myself.
So crazy. And you said in your Galdem article that it took you like 21 years to think about these things.
Exactly. It was kind of like it's I just grew up like a normal, I don't know, like a normal girl. I didn't even think of myself as like I am a black girl. It's like I was just like one of the pupils in my class, and my parents always brought me up as in like, if you work hard, you can do anything that you want to do. I never had this kind of conception of like, oh, as a black person or a black girl, I might face like boundaries or hurdles. I didn't have that, which was really great. It was always like, if I work hard I can achieve whatever I want. And my mum and dad had always said that. So like things like going for head girl and going for like the lead role in plays at school, like that never, being black never stopped me in a way that I've heard people talk about being like scared, oh, I'm black so I'm scared to go for this or that. I never had that. So that's like a really good thing. But at the same time, I just not having that conversation with myself and thinking, oh, maybe you have this insecurity because of your skin tone. I think that kind of stopped me. It kind of hindered my growth in a sense. Like I could have grown faster and like done better for myself if I'd had these honest conversations
you
with
did
myself.
Absolutely amazing. At school, though.
No, I'm so proud of myself. Just like internally, do you know what I mean?
You were like an inspiration to like everyone at school. Everyone, like Davina, not just. You know what the funny thing is? When you talk about all these things and you know the like comparing yourself to all these people, like I can't tell you enough how much everyone wanted to be you at school. Like genuinely, you were the most loved and popular and like achieving. Like you were the light in our definitely in school. So nice. Everyone loved you. It was amazing. And I feel like school was a good time. We had a great time. Our school was amazing as well.
Like having said all that, I absolutely loved school. Like secondary school was the best.
You were obviously really, really good at school. But you had a fun time as well.
Yeah.
And we shared some very naughty and fun times together. We went on our first ever night out together when we were 15.
My God!
I wanted to get into the juicy stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, what went down that night? Do you remember
Oh
anything?
my God. We went to Purdue.
Is anyone listening? I don't know why I'm asking this. It's live.
We're gonna tell you if you went to Purdue.
No, but people who have seen Geordie Shore will know exactly what Purdue is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Purdue is
Social Butterfly.
I don't think that's a night anymore.
Oh my God.
But Social Butterfly was probably the lamest night ever. But yeah, that was our first night out.
First night ever.
Whose ID did you borrow?
It was not even real.
It wasn't real. No, wasn't it like someone from your hairdressers?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, it was.
This is how funny. Like, this is.
There are no black girls.
No
in
black girls in Newcastle.
Wow.
The one girl you had to borrow off you,
Scraping the barrel.
Look nothing like each other.
It wasn't even hers the first time though. It was like my mum's. There was a black girl that worked at my mum's hairdressers. She wasn't even my mum's hairdresser. It was she just worked there.
That's a reach.
And I was reaching. I was breaking my back to find some ID. I was like, anyone, please, bless. And she understood.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we went out. That was a fun night. I had my first kiss that night.
No way.
I did.
Wait, yeah,
It was called Jamie. Ew, gross.
I think I
told
got
my
like
mum
4
the next
boys
day.
that night. Gross.
Did you?
Disgusting. So, can you tell us off the back of that?
Yeah.
Our naughty times. Can you tell us a story of when you were a teenager that you would never want your parents to know? I'm sorry, Elaine and David. If
That's
you're
really
listening
hard.
to this.
The only thing that I can think of, and I'm pretty sure I've only told one person this. It's not even bad.
Oh God.
It's not even an interesting
We're
story.
getting a secret.
But basically, no, I feel really bad even saying it. It's not even bad. Shall I say it?
Just say it.
Okay, so basically, I can't remember how old I was. This is naughty for me. My dad had like told me off, and I was like so mad at him. I was like super angry at him. So when he was out, like basically he had.
My face is like
he had some clothes drying on the rack, okay, in the playroom, and like I got a pair of scissors and snipped. And like snipped a little cut in the arm of his jumper.
No one knew. I bet the snip was literally
really
I bet it was the tiniest thing. I bet it was like
my-
a fucking needle.
I to this day feel awful. And then like maybe about a week later, he was wearing the jumper, and I heard him in mum and dad's room talking about oh look at this, and he was showing my mum, and he was like, oh, I must have caught on something. And that's a shame. Like I really liked this jumper.
You're too cute, man. If that's the
I
worst
just
thing
threw
you've
it
ever
away.
done, bloody hell.
I still feel really quite bad about
Mate,
it.
you're a saint.
If he knew. I hope he doesn't listen
Well,
to
he
this. He'd be
knows
so
now.
disappointed.
Which song did you have on repeat when you were a teenager?
I would say it would have to be a Beyonce song.
Of course.
Because anyone that knows me knows that I am
Obsessed with Beyonce.
unhealthily obsessed with Beyonce, and I will be forever.
I know everyone's obsessed with Beyonce, but like Davina is obsessed with Beyonce more so than all these people.
Don't understand. And it's a grown woman obsession now.
Yeah.
It's very valid. I'm not being crazy. She's amazing. The best person ever. So I would say the song that I had on repeat, maybe I would wait. I can't think. Can you give me one?
No, this is your question, man.
Just all of them. Halo. I loved Halo. And I'm going to say Halo because Halo, I don't know if it makes sense, but Halo used to be, when you're having a sad day, you're feeling sorry
put
for
that
yourself.
on?
I actually specifically remember a moment where I was like really sad. I was crying about something. And I like shut myself into my wardrobe. And listen to Halo.
So dramatic, I love that.
No, listen to Halo, but the live version.
Oh, right, okay.
When she did the I Am Sasha Fierce tour.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I love Halo.
Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo.
So Davina was actually the person that I sent my first ever like cover original song mashup to. It was a cover of Beyonce's Mine, and then I mixed it with like my own song, and I recorded it in my bathroom, just on like a webcam, and yeah, I sent it to you, and you were like, oh my god, like you
Obsessed.
over dramatic as usual, and like
I always
so
would
complimentary.
send you like a good paragraph.
Oh
Remember
my
when you
God.
would send me stuff?
I used
Proper-
to love sending
Can you
her
remember?
songs.
Remember you sent me a few, and I sent you like these, literally a breakdown of how I felt about each
Bear
song.
in mind
and
these songs were shit.
no, they weren't amazing. And you had to open it in notes because it wouldn't open in WhatsApp.
This is a dedicated friend, man.
She's amazing.
She's a
like
real
you
one.
are literally the. I've been obsessed with you and your songs and your singing
Aw,
since
you're
you
so
showed me.
cute,
Like
man.
I'm so proud of you. It's weird when I think about it though. Like when I look at. So I was watching you on YouTube today, and I was like, "That's my friend."
Aw,
and I was like,
stop
"That's
it, man.
Liv." Remember when you used to just be like in your bathroom?
Yeah.
With your bathroom acoustics, playing your own little songs with like really
Bless
bad
my
sound
bless
quality.
my mates, me like inviting them for like a fun sleepover, and then they had to fucking listen
No,
to me like in
we
the
loved
bathroom.
it, though.
Right, everyone get in the bathroom.
We
My
loved
tiny
it.
little
It was the
bathroom.
best.
You said something really interesting and quite deep in the Tomorrow magazine piece that you wrote.
Ooh,
for me.
yes.
And it was about when you looked in the mirror and realised the person you are on the outside and who you are on the inside are completely different. And I just wanted to know, like, what is the difference between those two people?
Yeah. I guess it's that realization that I think when you grow up, you begin to like understand the world differently, and you go from, well, I mean, I remember going from just doing my own thing and not really caring about like what I looked like and stuff, to all of a sudden having this realization that you are perceived differently by different people. Like people look at you and say like, that's attractive, that's not attractive, and people are like judging what you look like. And I remember looking in the mirror and seeing myself and thinking, is that what people see? I'm quite self-assured in myself. I think that like I'm quite confident inside and I know who I am, but I guess it's that realization that other people don't know you the way that you know
it's
yourself.
Interesting, isn't it? It's almost like the outside view is what belongs to everyone else, and the
Right.
inside only can ever belong to you.
Yeah.
Like,
And no one will really know that inside. So it's, I think when I had that kind of realization, it was me starting to think, what do people think like when they look at me? What do people think when they meet me? What and how does that relate to the person that I actually am? And I think that's when you have that kind of the fear of coming across in certain ways, saying the right thing, like your reputation and things like that. It's a really weird thing, and it's still something that I'm like kind of trying to understand about myself, and being able to marry the person that I am inside with the person that I am outside. I read this amazing quote somewhere which was saying that like true happiness is when the things that you think and that your actions in the world are united.
yeah.
And I think that's like
That's
so
so
true.
good. That's-
Being
yeah.
able to like live your truth
great.
and it's also about saying, you know, however I come across to other people doesn't really matter because
Yeah, 100%.
I know who I am.
Do you think you got like a greater understanding of yourself when you moved to London? Like, how did moving to
Yes.
London change you?
I've grown so much, I think, since I moved to London.
You do seem just so sure of yourself.
Do you think I'm
100%.
different?
Yeah, 100%. You just like
Really?
you are so sure of yourself, so much more sure of yourself. You can really see it. Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know that it comes up because obviously you like know me really well. So
You're a grown woman.
But yeah, I think I really grew into myself more. And I think that happens when you move away from home. I think when you're at when you're at school, you're in this kind of bubble. And I think that general priority is that you want to fit in. You don't want to stick out too much. You don't want to stand out from the crowd.
100%.
Everybody's kind of wearing their hair in similar ways and wearing the same jeans
crazy,
and
isn't
the
it?
same shoes. And
that was the
watching
one thing
same
I was like
stuff.
so excited to get out of school because I was like, I can dress how I want.
Exactly.
It's crazy, isn't it?
No, for real. Like even my style has kind of changed
Yeah.
since I left school because it was like, I don't want to wear skinny jeans anymore. I want to wear these baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And you're just in this environment. So at university, or even if you don't go to university, you just put yourself in a new environment. You're meeting different people from different backgrounds. Like at school, I know there's a little bit of diversity in terms of like your upbringing and stuff, but you tend to be around people that grew up in a kind of similar way to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas at university, I came into contact with all different types of people. I was making friends with people that I would never have even crossed paths with.
Yeah.
And cross paths with in any other like circumstance. And I feel like it gives you the opportunity to say, like, to experiment a little bit. So beforehand, like, you have this. So even for me, like, I was head girl, and people knew me to look like this and do this and act like this. Whereas at university, like, nobody knew who I was.
And you just
I
reinvented
could do whatever I wanted and be whoever I wanted to be.
I definitely feel like you had more fun at uni.
Yeah, for sure.
I noticed that when I saw you, like, when I came to visit you in uni, when I stayed with you, like, I was like, whoa, this Davina's fun. Yeah, you definitely did.
It was kind of, I just felt more like free.
What would you tell your younger self if you could go back and tell Davina on the photo that you showed me? What would you say to her?
Ooh, I would tell her to not be afraid of being different and standing out and knowing that it's a good thing. I would tell her, I'm very big on like self-love and knowing your value and things like that. And I'd just be like, just love every part of yourself, because there's literally nobody else in the world that is like you, that looks like you, that has what you have. And that is your power, and just love every single part of yourself. I would condemn myself every single time that I said something negative to myself about the way that I looked or something that I did, because I look back and I'm so sad, like all of this time that I wasted being like, I wish I looked like this, I wish I looked more like her. It's just, that's like so wrong. That's not kind. You need to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
I would say be proud of everything that you've done and everything that you've achieved, and know that you can literally do and be anything you want to be.
Yeah.
And just continue being happy.
That was really beautiful. You're such a legend, man. You make me, honestly, you make me feel things. I love you so much.
I love you.
I'm L Devine, and you've been listening to Growing Pains with my guest today, Davina. Thank you so much to Levi's for letting us use the studio. Stay tuned for more. Hit subscribe on Apple Podcasts, follow me on Spotify or wherever you find your favourite shows to be updated with each new episode. Okay, we've got 2 options there. Hey! No, it's cute. That'll be cute.
Is it weird?
No, man, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. The first one was fine, however.